What's up guys, it's the Guns of Glory, and today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit about the knifing mechanic in the upcoming game Battlefield 4. Now, the developers of DICE have said that since the game is in pre-alpha state, anything can change during the developmental process, so whatever I say now may or may not be in the final product of Battlefield 4, so we'll just have to see how that turns out. But here's a couple little info and tips and things like that. So you can, in this game, you can knife somebody from any angle, whether it's from the back or from the front, from the left or from the right. And I like that a lot because then it takes away that element of always having to get behind. I mean, of course, that's a good thing to get behind, but sometimes you don't always get the chance where you can get directly behind them. I mean, you end up in front or to the side, and there's not always a correct knife animation, and they can simply turn and kill you in Battlefield 3. So I'm hoping in Battlefield 4 they can use that to help us be able to knife a little bit easier, I guess you could say. And another thing is that even though you can knife from all these directions, now the person that you're knifing has a chance to counter your knife, and they can also counter in any direction, whether it's from the front, back, or any of the sides. Now, I don't necessarily agree that this should be a possible thing, simply because if you're coming up behind somebody, I can't say real life, because in real life, of course, you have that sense of when somebody's behind you, but in the combat of battle, when somebody comes up behind you, I don't think you will really notice it. And if you have a chance to reverse it when you didn't even know the person was there in the first place, I don't really like that idea. I would rather they have where you can reverse the knife if they're coming from the sides or from the front, because then they're sort of in your peripheral vision, and you have a sense that they're coming towards you, and then, of course, that should initiate the counter knife animation. But I really don't necessarily agree with being able to counter a knife in any direction that it's coming from. Now, another thing is that in Battlefield 3, the knife animations, there aren't that many. Like, there are different ones you might catch every now and then, especially from the prone, the crouching, and the standing position. But now they're going to have a whole bunch, at least 10 for each stance, from what I've heard people say in YouTube videos from their gameplay in the Battlefield 3 alpha at E3 and different things like that. But they have a lot of different animations for different stances, and I'm really excited to see how those turn out, along with the counter attack animations, or the counter knife animations that are be coming with it as well. Now, when you get knifed from the back, side, or front, you're going to have a prompt that appears on your screen. And basically, for now, right at this time, since it's really out on PC only for now, well, at least for testing, that is, the button that you use to counter is F, and it comes up basically on the bottom of your screen. Press F to counter knife, and I really don't like that idea either, because once you see that come up, it's sort of going to be, you know, a regular thing. After maybe a month or two the game comes out, people are going to realize when that animation, the knifing animation, is coming on, they're going to realize you know, what it sounds like when somebody's coming behind you, and it's sort of going to become like a reaction to when that prompt comes up on your screen. They're automatically going to hit it, or maybe they might do something where they bind that key to an easy access button like Q or E or something on their mouse pad, and then basically you'll just never see somebody getting knifed, or you'll never get a knife on anybody, because the reversing mechanic is so simple. Now, a thing they did to sort of slow that down so that people won't be able to reverse as much is that they have a time frame. You have a time frame of 1 second to counter a knife from the time that the animation starts to the time that you're dead. And I honestly think that's a little bit too much time. I would expect it to be maybe like 50 milliseconds. That's it. And you get to counter that knife. Otherwise, I don't think you deserve that opportunity to, because one, you wouldn't have seen the knife coming unless they were coming in front of you in the first place. So maybe they need to do something where if you get knifed in the back, you have maybe like 50 milliseconds, and then if it's from the front, you have the opportunity to get maybe the full second. I don't know. That's just an idea that I have. But the question I want to ask you guys is, do you think people will become too familiar with the knifing mechanic and the animation to the point where the whole knifing in Battlefield will be extinct? You might be better off with going up behind somebody and just shooting them point blank than knifing them, because there's always a chance they can counter and kill you, and that's just totally wasting a life there. So leave your opinions down there below in the comment section, and then I'll reply to some of them, well, most of them actually, and yeah, feel free to express your opinions and things like that. Thanks for watching. This has been To Guns with Glory signing off. Adios.